expensive necessarily as a John Hancock plan cost-wise, but also the MERS doesn't allow, in cases for you to I could not personally do everything I'm doing right now with my John Hancock plan, and it's treated me extremely well. If I want to use that as the example, so I will. The other side of it is, I think we have to consider, and I did ask the question today, and I did not get an answer, unless they emailed it to me. I wanted to know how many people are actually in it, how many people it's actually affecting besides just the active board and the fire chief, and how many people that retired out of here still have their money in there, because that woman that sat there said this money that we have at John Hancock, the whole plan shifts. And if the whole plan shifts, then that affects any retiree that has the plan, like it would affect each and every one of us. So those are some of the questions that I've been asking. So in my opinion, I think that the John Hancock's been doing exceptionally well. But that's only my opinion. So I guess it's, and the thing with the pension plan, I know we're trying to sharpen our pencil and make sure we're getting back on the mark because of all the transitions we've had, but we're sending them a pension payment right now, but we gotta do what we can to make sure if we make the switch, it's what's the best for, I would say, everybody. That's only an opinion that I have. If it was my decision would be, I would stay with John Hancock. And John Hancock does offer other programs, because actually Greg had Boya payments. If people think back to the last few years, you hear the word Boya when we go through and that's actually a program that's also through John Hancock. And he did that because one is pre-tax.
He already had Boya.
And that's what, at
That's why he did it.
457?
It's a 457 plan, and one is pre-pension money and the other, or pre-tax money, and the other is not pre-tax money. They're two separate types of programs. So,
I guess what I thought about it, and this is my ignorance, I thought people that already are taking out or not locked in and paying in, I thought that was theirs in their contract with Hancock after that. I thought it was just current people paying in. You follow me?
I
So-
believe you're right.
So as long as that question's answered, I gotta work till I'm dead anyways, because I've made so many bad decisions in life. So I'm okay with whatever. It's nice to see a couple people get out alive. Hopefully Charles soon, and then maybe Chief after that. But I just want to make sure it doesn't entitle the people that are already gone, because if it does, we should at least send out a letter if we're gonna switch. Give them a heads up. But I assume when I leave here, that Hancock was mine. You know, that's not the county's anymore. That was mine that I earned. But I could be wrong, because when we had a couple of companies headhunt us at the city, and they wanted everybody, all three of the plant, you know, they tried to lock down everybody, and I don't know how it went, and that question come up too, and I don't know how it finished, so I'll ask some more questions tomorrow. But I'm okay either way. It's just, like I said, if it involves another 150 people that say have been on it since the dawn of time and still are alive, I don't know the right answer to that, but I don't think it does. But I'd rather be
Once
safe
you're
than
done there,
sorry.
you're an elected official. When you're done, you take it with you and it's over.
Yeah, I thought it was yours.
So I guess
I'm not sure why elected officials get a pension anyway. You're only here for 4 years potentially, so that's just my take on it.
Thanks.
So,
So,
I want you to be honest, I'll be honest with it.
so I guess the one thing that concerns me a little bit is the reduction in choices. Because I know when we go with John Hancock, we can choose to be as aggressive or as safe as we want. And it sounds like it's a little bit more
Restrictive.
as far as what we can do with the money that we have in there. At this point, we can make all of those selections. And, and I have to agree, it's had a pretty good gain over time.
I know in
because we have
MERS
those
you can
selections.
move stuff around, but at a certain point, if you get too out of line, out of their parameters, they'll charge you. And then you're back into, and they will tell you that John Hancock charges you up front, and if you get aggressive with us, then there's a certain percentage you'll be paying him with that, which is no different than John Hancock. So I do know that. MERS, you can do everything you can do without, we put one up against 4 other companies. They said, we can do A, B, and C this, but for free, this is the zone you're in. And it's like 18 MERS choices along with some real safe standard that don't look as good as the MERS choices. Then you could go to B, C, or D, and then you might be paying a little bit more. So it really was come down to, it was apples to apples, but they try to get that, we're free, we don't have fees, and that locks you into that, and everybody hears that, and that's all they hear. But you do have options with them. I did find out when we investigated at work. Like I said, it's all of them have to have that to be competitive.
And we haven't heard anything from Burnham and Flower or John Hancock at this point as far as making this decision. I mean, we've been with them for, I don't even know how long.
And we can shoot that lady an email and say, is it
Yeah.
current paying people? And if it says, yeah, it's only the 5 people that are paying in right now, the other people own theirs, then we can decide. But like I said, if it does, which I can't imagine in a crazy world, I get it though. They like to bundle and they like to get the most they can because they're sitting on that money over time. But if it does, we should let people know.
So do you want to make a motion to investigate?
Just see if it's
how
us
many
5.
People
Well,
invest?
it'd be a
6.
bit more.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, not after. not
And
even
I
leave
think
us,
you've
see
got
what people
another
say.
firefighter.
You don't even have a clue.
Yeah.
Anybody that was an officer, so Chris gets it, I get it, Amy gets it, you guys get it. If Frank Gilbert's still getting it, you shouldn't be giving it to him because he's not an officer anymore. When he's done being an officer, he doesn't get it. So if you're paying it out to him, you're doing it wrong.
I think
Yeah.
he's doing his own contribution, actually.
Because you can make your own contribution.
That's,
Then how come that's never been offered to the rest of the 15 firemen
well,
in
and
the department?
and the thing is, we
Never
had
has.
questioned that some time ago, we had questioned that and said, why is he there? Because we weren't even familiar with
The only
him.
people that the
I'm not
pension's
sure
been
if he got
offered to on the
dropped
fire
off.
department are officers, and that's it. Once you're done being an officer, you do
Yeah.
not get it anymore, and you do not have any options to put it in. Otherwise, if we do, then I want the other 15 guys in the
Yeah.
department to have an option to
No,
put money
we'll
into
double
it.
check that, because I just remember that being a question, I mean, like a couple years ago, it was a question like, why is this guy on there, so.
Motion to check the John
Yeah.
Hancock
Of what they're taking over with
How
the
many?
switch. Yep.
I think
present
that-
and past.
No, just how many people they're planning if we switch for MERS. Or no, we're checking with MERS how many people they're taking. If MERS says there's 182 people on your policy, we have some questions to answer.
Yeah.
If they say 8 or 9, we can address the Frank Gilbert thing too.
Yeah. And that was a while ago. I looked at it today, but
I
I
just
looked
think we
for
gotta-
that today, so.
We gotta
I'm
really
not quite
see the apples to apples.
More.
I mean, I'd like to have John Hancock Lewis a little after all these years, right? I mean, do you want to keep us?
So
You know? I
like-
mean,
if you want to have, you can have them away. I've been through the whole process, and it was,
well, we haven't, my point is we haven't listened to
Unfruitful.
what they had
I
to
hear ya.
say, so,
yeah, we
you
can.
know, for whatever
Well,
that's worth.
And here's the deal.
Motion.
Motion
I-
to see how many people MERS needs
I
to
just
go
want-
over if it's not affecting retirees already, to do more investigation. Is that okay, Charles?
Whatever you say. I'm abstaining.
I don't think you could do that, or
I think I could. I worked for John Hancock, so I could.
I don't know anybody you haven't worked for.
Well, I also went to Michigan State for it, and I'm just saying, I think
So-
if we look at the whole equation.
So make a motion to look further into
Who it affects?
who it
We need to
affects
investigate
from
John
both
Hancock.
places.
know what's there. Because that's what I asked them today. What's there?
Second. Sorry.
Do I got a roll call on this one?
Money.
Money.
Brian,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Eddie, yes, Schlander,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes, to investigate.
Okay, zoning administrator pay request. So Dennis, I know Brian had mentioned this to me probably a month or two ago, that you had mentioned a pay increase. You wanna speak to the board on?
Does everybody have a copy of that letter? Do I need to read it?
It's your time.
I am requesting an increase in my current salary as my 60-day trial period for zoning administrator ends September 1st, and this is turning into more than a part-time position. I've researched another zoning administrator in a nearby township who works 30 hours a week doing site inspection, permits, code enforcement, and gets paid $32.19 an hour. Is provided with the vehicle. They also spend multiple hours per week sitting in courtrooms, taking time away from being productive. I've taken the approach I learned from my predecessor to communicate in person whenever possible with our residents to resolve the situation without going to court. This benefits the township and its residents by saving everyone time, money, and stress. I also realize that it's difficult to compare compensation for similar positions at other townships due to differences in population size, budgets, and other factors. I also realize that Caucalan is a smaller township regarding its population and budget. My current salary of $12,600 per year is $5,584 less than what the position paid in 2020. And if you add 3% a year for inflation, cost of living increase, it would come to $21,080 a year. I'm willing to work for the 2020 rate of $18,184 per year, plus continue receiving the $150 a month for fuel reimbursement for the next 6 months, provided my pay will increase to the $21,80 rate thereafter.
Which township did you talk to?
Was it Monitor?
And they specifically use the term code enforcement? Okay, do you know how that's different than what we do?
Well, I use that example because I'm also doing code enforcement.
No, you're not. If you were doing code enforcement, you would be going around and citing people on your own when they're in violation of code. We are actually complaint driven, which means the complaint has to come in
Right.
order for you to investigate. So it is a
Well,
little bit different. We've had this discussion
Right,
over
well,
the years, so I was just curious.
I would call myself code compliance more than code enforcement.
I get what you're saying. It's a distinction in the phrasing, so that's why I wanted
Yeah.
to ask, because I had been a proponent because things, the blight had gotten so out of control over the years, that we had that
Yeah.
conversation about being complaint driven versus doing code enforcement, or doing code enforcement even for a brief amount of time just to try to get some of the blight cleaned
Well,
up.
Yeah, it should be, that's what they were doing. I'm more ordinance enforcement. I guess it would be more technically correct.
And I'm curious, because I don't, when did you move here? What year did you move here?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay.
Coming up on my 2-year anniversary here.
So, how did you find this, the salary from 2020?
I looked it up.
You looked it up?
How many hours a week can you put in? Do you think?
About 15 to 20 in the office, another 10 to 20 outside the office, I'd say. I do some stuff from home. when I can. I have to do research and reading and stuff like that.
you
And it
know-
just keeps going up every week. I'm putting in more hours every week. you know.
I feel like we're getting a lot more calls.
Yeah.
It's been busy.
Well, and there's obviously, some fluctuation in that,
Mhm.
because there's, the way that the procedure's working is they kind of hit you first before they go to building, which is, which is
Right.
increasing.
Well, he's
the
done.
This is
cost.
one of my
Complaints come
questions
to me immediately too.
is if he's raised, is there a I don't know the building fund that was talked about at the MTA today, about that fund and how it can only be used for certain things. Is this one of those certain things?
I would say yes.
I-
Tip of the spear.
Because he can't, if he gives approval, then it goes to Jay.
Yes.
They did talk about, like, we were talking about that room rented, energy,
Yeah.
supplies and stuff. But
Same
I looked
as
at,
gas.
I looked at this, is this a possibility to share cost with that fund that we can never seem to?
I would say yes. Would you say yes?
I would want to make sure, but
Yeah.
that was my thought on it as well. Were you planning to do set hours in the office if this were to go through?
Possibly, yeah.
Because when you're quoting the rate that was paid in 2020, that was paid to a previous supervisor who appointed himself to be the zoning administrator when he knew he was going to be recalled, and so he
Is that
kind
the
of
same
set
rate?
his own salary.
2019 too.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the one. Yep, so he appointed himself to be the zoning administrator so that he had income when he lost on his recall, and he continued to be here for quite some time, but he was working here 3 days a week. So, I'm just saying, just so we're making a fair comparison.
He was in the office.
He was in the
Yeah,
office, so.
he was here. He was sitting in that
All the
phone
time.
room. But Richard
I think that
Sabias,
most
Richard
networks
Sabias was the
be
one
out in the field.
previous to him. And I think that's probably comparable to what you would see Richard Sabias probably getting if you were to search back further.
I haven't heard any complaints. You're doing an
No.
excellent job, so.
How did the trash go? You were looking up trash stuff the last time I seen you. You guys were looking up Baylor D-Shaw or Baylor, the oil company and stuff.
Oh,
You had renters or something?
the bins on the industrial zone property.
I did talk with the assessor about that. He said there's no record of the house even being assessed on there.
So, yeah, I
So
talked to him.
it's a problem. It's a problem
He
property.
said he's just gonna put it on.
Yeah, and,
He's gonna put that
Put the house
property on the assessment.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You talking about the one on Oklahoma Road?
Yeah.
And
And
then
they-
the
That
trash
house has been
company's
there
gonna.
forever.
Yeah, and it's never been on the assessment.
Never?
No, and the assessment actually
And
shows
there's an
that
office
it's gated
building
and
there,
there's no
too.
access. And there's still a burned out
Hey,
building
Dennis,
there too.
What
And a lot
month
of
are you
machinery,
proposing
so.
next year of going to the 2108, 2180?
Well, after 6 months, I figure I'll be even better at
So
the
you're
job.
thinking July next year would be okay? That's a little over. That's 8 months.
Let's say, Memorial Day. How's that? End of May. End of May.
So it's
So June 1st. How's
June,
that?
June 1st. So I make a motion to approve.
Okay. So we're gonna automatically anticipate that he's gonna make this jump of almost 3,000 a year, June 1st,
June
without any motion on our part.
Well, yes, yes.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve his proposal to stay on as zoning administrator.
Second.
Switching it to 18, as of this meeting, going to 18.4. 18.4 till June 1st, 2025, where he'll be raised to
26.
2026, where he'll be raised to 21,080, $21,080. June 1st, 2026.
So,
Plus mileage.
Well, he gets his 150 a month.
He gets, yeah.
And I would like to know who we gotta have to look at. Will you follow up with your questions on that, Brad's question? About the the funding
Yeah, I'll see what I can find out
for the
on
building
that.
stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I anticipate that's a possibility. I just want to make sure.
So his
So
benefit
you're-
package will be worth $19,984.
So you're actually being paid on a 1099, correct, for zoning? Are we taking
No.
taxes out of him?
He's an employee, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because when I saw a check come through, it made me.
Because if he's gone,
Wonder.
he technically would
That's okay.
qualify for unemployment.
Well, and
Because that's what happened with Bragle.
I understand, and I do understand that, but I wanted to just
It is.
verify, because you're still working as the custodian, and I know we talked about what happened Sunday, and, you know, and that is still, there's a lot of pull for you as a custodian as well, and you're getting a secondary check from us as the custodian. So I just wanted to kind of consider the tax implications in relation to
Right.
that, so
You
I
need
just
to stay
wanted to
up on
double
that, that'll bite
check.
you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
She's right,
Yeah.
because you got, well, you're pulling two different jobs and it looks small, but when you start adding them up, each in our blocks.
And previously,
Yeah.
they were both 1099s, so I just wanted to clarify.
I'd like to
How that was set.
actually put in less hours
Well,
as a custodian, wean away from that hopefully.
But if.
Are
Mark
we
doesn't
calling
have
it
the
too
time to
much,
take
or-
it-
Huh?
But Mark
Dan.
doesn't have the, or Mark, why'd I get Mark?
Dan wants.
Dan, you're right, thank you. But Dan doesn't have the time to offset like we hoped at this
Right.
point, correct?
I don't know, but he's got a new job now. and
but he's
everything.
available on the weekends, so maybe we can cut down some of your weekend hours.
Just,
Only on Sundays?
well, I don't, it depends, like,
Okay.
he's working construction now, and he might have all kinds of time in the
Yeah.
winter,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, that's
But
Are you
Are we
okay?
the only two people in the world that could do that job?
No, but you're the only two that are employed here.
Right.
So that's why I
right.
wanted
So
to
is
ask
it
the
overwhelming
question.
right now? You've gotta keep us in the loop.
Right.
We're not you. So if it
Right.
gets overwhelming, we can ask Dan to step up,
Right.
and if Dan can't, then we gotta look into something
It
else.
hasn't really
Look.
been overwhelming, just every once in a while,
Let's stick
this
with
old body
Yeah.
gets a little beat up.
Listen, we can,
Okay.
Sorry.
November 10th, we
Roll
can.
call. We're waiting on a roll call. We have
Roll
Waylon.
call, Whalen,
Yes.
Eddie, yes, Campbell,
Yes.
Flander,
Yes.
Pacino.
Yes.
Hey, will you run down the guy with the crematorium for Jay? He's beating up Jay, multiple calls a day.
We got him squared away today.
Good. I'll tell Jay the good news. He's really done.
I talked to Jay twice today.
Oh, thank God. He's been calling once or twice. a
The-
day
He's
for a
not
while.
my
The
phone too.
planning commission,
We've
plan.
been letting,
gave advice.
kind of been,
Well, that's what Jay keeps telling, but it's not
we
to my level yet.
amended the planning commission
Aye.
meeting so he could come speak.
Yeah.
But this guy, he just thinks we should operate on his schedule.
Yep. No, everybody's special.
Yeah.
Okay, next on the agenda is battery storage ordinance, solar ordinance, wind ordinance, and overlay district ordinance. These have been approved by the East Michigan Planning Commission and our Bay County Environmental Affairs for
Yeah.
approval.
I make a motion to.
You gotta do them individually.
The battery storage.
Second.
All right, roll call vote. Whalen,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Eddie, yes, Slander,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
I should make a motion to accept the solar ordinance.
Second. Roll call vote. Campbell,
Yes.
Schlander,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. DeShano,
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
Make a motion for the wind ordinance.
Second.
Roll call vote. Schlander,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. And the overlay district ordinance. Motion for the overlay district ordinance.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote. DeShano,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. Schlander,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
All RFP requests, open bids that we currently have. We have had since we've been in office here, we've had a mess of bids. And I think it's time to get them opened. I think that tariffs and every other thing has probably
Killing us.
killed us on most of these, but it'll at least give us something to look at in the future and see if some of these people, just like the insulation people, if they still honor that stuff and if they've went up or not. But a lot of these, even the refrigeration for the hall, we have to come up with RFPs that are equal to each other. So that's why I talked with Charlie about this last week, and we decided we just need to get these opened. And what's that?
Those three are the cemetery that you just grabbed from up here.
Oh, sure.
And the next one. Okay, now we've got,
So the point is, we're just gonna open these just so they're not sealed anymore, so
Yeah,
we're
they're-
not doing anything with them in this
so then we
meeting.
can investigate if they're still,
Well, I get that, but I don't know, we can
Usually
basically
90
just,
days.
so we can basically just open the, or we can actually just open them and make the copies and just give everybody a copy at this point. We don't
And
have to sit here and
ballpark
go
to
over
know,
all of it, just so we
ballpark
can
to
be
know.
done. Okay,
We
Is
got
the pergola in
to
there?
adjust.
and it's hard to say, but that's kind of splitting hairs, right? Like, if we all just get a copy of the copies, I think it'll be sufficient for us to review them, right?
So the building, enhanced building services, this is who bid for Mark Sequin, who was here, $76,342 for the entire hall, closed cell urethane spray foam insulation.
That's 76,000 for foam.
Yep.
and the copies.
340.
Yeah, we'll get copies, Charlie.
Let's do them in, let's
Okay.
get you a couple so that we're not running back and forth.
I'll stack your feet through.
This is J&M spray foam. This is for closed cell, and it's $60,350. I believe those are the only two insulation bids. This is cemetery. So this is Mark Sequin, Evo Homes. This was hall floor. $51,972. Thank you, Dennis.
Just to prove I'm still custodian around here.
Nailed it.
Supreme floor covering is the next one.
I was supposed to seal them, not gorilla tape them.
And the manila envelope was not nothing around.
Supreme floor covering, grand total of $50,471.66. Yeah, very close, within just a few $100.
Wow.
I think they're both bid shop floor.
Yeah.
It works nice when people do that.
You can recommend or you can request that.
We did.
Okay, this is Jeff Cooley Builders. This was back February. This is for the windows. We have labor and materials at $14,875. And we have 17,242. Those are just a difference in styles of windows.
Is there doors involved in
Single
that
hung
too?
or What's that?
Were there any doors in the bid or just windows?
No, this was just windows. This is 8 Anderson 100 double hung windows with colonial grid for $15,463.60.
Would you say
Compare.
again what type of window that was?
Anderson. And so are these are the same.
Stationary
Same
windows, because there's one that won't open, correct?
Double hung opens,
I was
right?
just asking because the cemetery ended up with non-opening windows.
Well, if
Even
it's,
though they
it
were
said
supposed-
double hung on the,
I'm just saying
Right.
what we were supposed to get.
Could have swore there was supposed to be a solid there.
Sounds safe for anything commercial, especially if you're paying for the heat and air. Do we put a mini split in there? Anything yet? It's cold. We can put a mini split in pretty cheap.
Couple of
Yeah, and it'll heat and cool, thermostat, and be happily ever after.
But didn't they
Just
say the
electricity.
one concern about that was that you didn't have it on all the time, right?
It takes them a little longer to heat up, yes, but they're getting better and better every year.
So this was,
They are expensive. I have one in my house.
this was 10 8x8 sidewalk squares in front of the township hall, the ones that are broken up. 6-inch thick, rebar reinforced, broom finish for senior traction. Estimated time for the job's 2 days, 5,450. Exterior of the hall, sequin, power wash and paint proposal for Calhoun Township Hall. Thoroughly prepped, exterior hand prepped eave trim gutters for accent paint. Quad Max caulk every exterior hole, sand and spray all roof pipes. Black to update, tighten all exterior nails and screws where necessary. Coat exterior of building in color of township's choice. Estimated job 10 days, $13,900. I think that was less than all of the bids from last year.
Yes. Yes.
This is the senior room, which I believe is probably Mark's first one. I don't think this one's, I think we had a second. Yeah, we had a second one from him, just under 10,000. This one's 8,246.94. I think we had one after that. And this one's not yet anything but Calhoun Township Hall bid. This one is Savage Heating and Cooling. This has removal of 3 ceiling unit heaters, add 4 5-ton split units, install 5 Lennox 5-ton rooftop units, cutting holes, installing curbs, and cost of crane to set. Single concentric grill for each unit. Gas piping includes low voltage and stators. Labor and material, each unit 5 at $17,400 each, which is $87,000 for the 5 units. Rubber roofing for each curb, 5 at $750, which would be $3,750. Electrical work, Bay Valley Electrical, $26,000. So this is roughly in the about 116, somewhere in there.
When was that roll? We
Um,
got 8 on.
Yeah, and they were having, but they were having, tariff issues then where,
Yeah, that's another question, but she's
The roof's
steel.
strong enough to hold any of the stuff
She's red
on
iron.
it.
They don't put that heavy of steel in it.
Lee Township Hall is 450 years old, so I'm probably check to see if the roof can hold it.
these are all cemetery.
I think we're pretty much done there.
We better be.
That's a gutter,
Black dirt,
HVAC.
grassy.
I would say another HVAC.
I put one of those in my cabin, and my cabin's a little bigger, the mini split than your chapel, our chapel, and it does a great job.
We put them in the sanctuary at St. John's, and our utility bill went down. For every, if you buy the right one, the more efficient one, for every dollar you spend, you get a $3 benefit.
Well,
Everyone's different.
they're all getting competitive now too.
Make a
though.
motion to accept all of those.
Second, it.
Roll call, Whalen,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Schlander,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. Fire chief computer estimate from Hayden. So Hayden found out that when I asked them if all the computers were up to date, they said, well, you only have 6 of them. Ends up we have 11.
Yeah.
So, I said, how many are updated on Windows? And they said, well, we only know the 6.
Correct.
And I said, well, can you tell me whose needs it? So, well, those, Kayla's needed it, Greg's needed it. There's many of the fire chief.
Yeah.
Multiples. It appalled me that I asked them 6 months ago to look into this. And no, they came through with just the treasurer, the assessor, needed new computers. And then mine needed an update, the zoning room needed an update, and I think the front desk needed an update. But the only 2 computers we thought we needed were the treasurer and assessor. Now, it turns out we need the fire chiefs. So it wouldn't take Windows 11, there's not the capacity or the upgrade. So I would like to make a motion to have Hayden replace the fire chief's computer.
Second.
Roll call vote. Schlander,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. DeShano,
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
Parcel line adjustment, Zagata. This has been a long ongoing, property line dispute. And Zagata just built a new barn on the property, demoed one. I think Dennis, that's all done, right? I think Jay finalized it. And then the neighbors, it's Jeff Cush's, son-in-law, he needed to deed, I think, a very small amount of property. And that's how this is straightening out a parcel line that is on the north side of this land. So this has been a long ongoing, even with the property owner who sold it to the Windy Aids.
So this is basically a truce.
Correct.
I would like to say it.
They
Kind
finally
of like a
figured it
truce
out.
line that puts to bed a pushback back and
I'll make a
forth.
motion to adjust the property line.
Second. Roll call, or do I just, use a motion?
Land split, I think you better do a roll call. for
Roll
safety.
call. Eddie, yes. DeShano,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yeah.
Campbell,
Yes.
Schlander.
Yes.
Parcel combination, Bresky. I spoke with Dave about this Brusky one, he said it was 2 parcels next to each other, they're looking to combine. I did not have time to look into this. I know the person involved here, but that's as far as. Dave said that I asked him about the description, and he said it's something that he does. He puts the description on this one together. Like, he said the people owned it for a very long time, so that's where my conversation with him.
Why is this on a completely different form?
He
without
said
the
that this is
requirement?
just a part, I asked him the same thing. And he said, these are the parcel combinations. I'm like, well, I'm used to the other ones.
And it says parcel combination $50 right on the other one, and it says what they require, because we don't have,
He said he's got these
Yeah.
forms inside his office.
that's really weird. Well, because this actually says, this is everything we need, and this one doesn't, and it just has these, so that's why I was curious.
Is this the one that you start before this one?
No, this should be the one.
Is there a
we're getting
picture of
on.
this one?
No, there's nothing extra, that's why I was curious.
Oh,
He said it's just combining the same.
Maybe because it's the same person, it's easier.
okay.
The same people, yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
want?
It's just different.
That one,
Just Weathers Road.
I don't see a problem with that.
I've known him a long time, not saying that means anything, just that I've been on both those properties for 30 years plus. Probably.
there's only a house on one, right? The other one's just vacant.
Yeah, the other's just empty, it says.
Motion to approve the parcel combination of Richard and Linda Bresky on 2181 Weathers Road.
A second.
Else?
Roll call vote. Campbell,
Yes.
Schlander,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. Okay, solution.
This, yeah. This next.
KCI.
Did you guys all get your copy?
I did.
Pretty standard fare here. It's just the estimated postage that needs to be paid in advance for the tax bills. They did change it to somewhat mirror the summer tax, so they did add the newsletter in there and what would be required for that as well.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
You quicker. Roll call vote. DeShano,
Yes.
Eddie, yes. Campbell,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes, sir.
Schlander.
Yes.
Okay, the next one, solution. This is a estimate from the camera system we approved looking into and purchasing. I'd like to make a motion to purchase this.
Second.
Roll call vote. Schlander,
Yes.
DeShano,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Eddie, yes.
We'll give Jim a call and get on the schedule.
So we'll have off-site remote viewing of these cameras now?
They're actually just gonna be added to the existing network.
Just asking.
Yeah, they'll be, and then we'll just have the placement as, I think we discussed it at one point, but the placement that was discussed was the end of the hallway. And then in the first corner, so it shows all the doors.
Yep.
So P is cards?
P is the motion
P
for
is for
signature.
cards.
Yeah,
What's the name?
it's, Brian.
No.
Signature cards.
That's for your new deputy. Motion to approve signature cards for Brian Waldy.
Second.
I see that right?
Yeah, so can I clarify
Yes,
just a little
please.
bit? So it'll be actually signature cards for Lori DeShano, Brian Waldy, and all of the authorized depositories, and with the addition of Kayla Schlander and Greg Petrimo at Independent Bank and Franklin Credit Union. Those are the only ones that require all 4 of us. just to clarify.
Who seconded that?
You can.
I did.
Okay.
Oh, Charles did.
Roll call vote. DeShano.
Yes.
Eddie, yes. Schlander.
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Q, popcorn. So, I guess I'd just like an explanation of where the extra popcorn went from the movie night, movie in the park.
So, I'll be happy to explain. Kayla was very helpful when our popcorn vendor was unable to provide popcorn for movie night. We worked to figure out where we could get it, got it from the movie theater. They gave us a reduced rate on it to help us out. We bagged it up, volunteers. We gave it away that night. There was some remaining. It sat in here. It was the weekend. Nobody was around. I gave as much as the firefighters wanted. However, they said they had had more than enough. There was still a lot in here. It was already bagged, was already getting stale. So I said, if you guys want to give it away, you can, otherwise it gets thrown away. They said they'd give it away, and I said, all right, good. And I don't know, it was already stale, so I don't even know how much they gave away. But it was going to go in the trash either way, because nobody was here that weekend.
Here's your reference if there's any extra like chicken love popcorn.
So
Okay,
it went to the fire department?
Some of it did. It went to whoever wanted to take the excess. It was a Thursday night. I mean, what time did we get out of here? It was close to midnight, wasn't it? 11 o'clock, midnight before we got out of here Thursday.
I don't know.
It was late as heck. And it was sitting in here. And I came in here the next afternoon, I believe, to take care of it, so it didn't sit here all weekend.
Was anybody with you?
The people that said they'd try to give it away took it. I bagged it and gave it to them. And they couldn't even give it away because it was so stale. So, whatever.
But you did take it to the Bay County Fairgrounds?
I didn't take it anywhere.
It didn't go to the Republican Party?
I had a couple of people that said they could give it away and they took it.
Like, what's the name of the people? Is it possibly a Don Beck? Treasurer of County Township?
This happened in July, so I find this to be very, very interesting.
There's a lot of interesting stuff I find with you. So I just want to know for the township, if we donated to the Republican Party.
The township did not donate. As a matter of fact, we had taken in more donations from the event that were deposited right away. So it's all good.
So who paid for the popcorn?
The popcorn was paid for on the
Paid
credit
for
card.
by Tulcumma Township?
I believe so.
So it would have been better just to put it in the dumpster and have it go to waste,
I
or to
told
give it
you.
to Brian's
There's
Chickens
there's a food bank. There's a lot of other
For
things
stale
that political
popcorn.
party.
for stale popcorn. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where the decision was made, Mr. Shano.
I guess I could have just left it on the table until you showed up Monday morning. I'm sorry, I didn't do that.
We are not, as a board, supposed to donate to political parties, not our township.
I will keep that in mind and donate to the dumpster next time.
I'm just saying, when you criticize others, everybody needs to understand what you did also. So, we'll leave that at that. Sheriff's report. I don't think that's petty, Mr. Shano.
How
That's
you're
township
behaving is
funds.
petty. How you're behaving
No,
is petty.
you've had 4 months of behaving petty.
Oh, really? That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I'll make a motion to accept the sheriff's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public comment. Public comment?
Lisa, you're at 2892 Mile Road. I know last year it had been talked about by the board to, one, videotape the meetings, And 2 was to take all of your packets and scan them, so it was an electronic packet, and put it on the website, township website, so that everybody could see what was in the packets. So I was just hoping that maybe that both of those issues would be brought up again and maybe voted on and fulfill those thoughts from last year. That's it.
Thank you. Public input. Public input. Public input. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Okay, on the, like, the packet stuff, some of it I get, but some of it we would have to redact. Like the people with their land and parcels and copy.